In 2 Peter 3, the apostle is telling us that the eternal and timeless God has developed a plan since before the beginning of time by which, at a certain point, Jesus Christ will return. He will take the church out of this world, and thus will commence what is called the day of the Lord, when there'll be horrific judgment upon the earth for all of the sin of mankind down through history. It seems like this has been delayed because we are bound by time, but God is actually moving these things along in His perfect time, and Christ will return and set these things in motion when God is ready for Him to do so. Now, last time we looked at verse 11, which flips the script onto us and says, because this is happening, how should we as Christ followers be living? And we saw that we should be living in godliness and holiness. That is, we should be living the way God designed us and saved us to live, so that we might be a testimony to those around us who need Christ. Now, Peter goes on in verse 12 and continues to give us more information about how we are to live, waiting for and hastening the coming of the day of God, because of which the heavens will be set on fire and dissolved, and the heavenly bodies will melt as they burn. So again, he refers to the complete and utter destruction of the world. And now, not only are we challenged to live holy and godly lives, but he also says we are to be waiting for and hastening the coming of the day of God. As Christ followers, we have a life to live here. We have responsibilities. We are called to be part of this mission of reaching the world with the gospel. But at the same time we're doing that, we should be waiting for, looking forward to, anticipating the coming of Jesus Christ. Personally, I find this easier and easier to do as I get older, and as I see what's going on in the world around us, and as I grow in my understanding of God and His Word. Even so, come quickly, John says at the end of Revelation, when he sees this vision that God gives him of all of the horrifying judgment that will take place and all of the things that will happen, the great white throne and all of those things, he says, Lord, please come quickly. And that should be the attitude that we have as Christ followers. We desire for the Lord to come. He says that we should be hastening the coming day of God. That simply means to intensely desire something to happen. I need to be living my life. My friends, you need to be living your lives in such a way that shows that you are looking forward to the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. We are citizens of heaven. Even though we are not yet there, our place in heaven is secure, and we ought to desire the coming of the Lord, because that will usher in this day of God, this final eternal estate where God will be with His people, where we will be with Him, and we will worship Him for all of eternity. Is that what you're looking forward to? Don't cling to this world and what it has to offer, but hasten the coming day of God.